Hello drum school and drummer friends, it's Alan here. Hope everybody's keeping well. Today we're going to be looking at 5 key ingredients to playing a 12/8 blues style pattern. I'm not going to say that that's all the ingredients you're ever going to need, but there's certainly 5 key ones whenever you listen to blues, and there's lots of blues that we can listen to. In my CD and record collection, I've got B.B. King, I've got Eric Clapton, there's Stevie Ray Vaughan, Joe Bonamassa, legendary players, some no longer with us sadly. But we've got the recordings, we can listen to not only their playing but their drummers playing and learn from that too. I'm actually going to refer to John Bonham's blues playing, because in the early days of Led Zeppelin, they were born out of the blues genre, and I Can't Quit You Babe off Led Zeppelin 1 is a classic track off a classic album, and whenever you listen to Bonzo, John Bonham's playing on it, you hear these key ingredients. So I got 5 key ingredients. It's not all the ones that you're going to need to play this style, but these here will certainly get you started. I've pitched this at the player level, so it's roughly from grade 2 to grade 3. Certainly at grade 2, you'll be able to have a go at, say, the first 2. The next few might be a little bit tricky, and they would be for maybe the grade 3 players, but certainly have a go at all of these. And I hope you enjoy doing that. So let's look at them one at a time, just starting with the basic 12/8 pattern. Let's go. So right at the start, we'll have to remind ourselves what this 12/8 thing at the start of the bar and the start of a piece, what that means. 12/8 is our time signature. You've probably, if you're working through graded material, done a lot of stuff in 4/4 time, which means 4 crotchet beats to the bar. The top number tells you the number of beats in a bar, and the bottom number gives you the value that each beat gets. So it's a quarter note, or which is the nickname for a crotchet. In 12/8 time, there's 12 beats in the bar, and the bottom number is 8, which is an 8th note, which is a quiver. So there's 12 quivers in the bar. The good thing about playing in 12/8 is that if you can subdivide, you know what I mean by subdivide? If we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm doing that for you, I'm playing those quavers, but we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, and subdivide in our head. Okay? So we've got 12 quavers in the bar, and whenever we play it, it sounds like this. So this is just the basic 12/8 pattern. 2, 3, 4. One other thing to say, sometimes students, whenever they're starting out in this and they see a dotted crotchet, say a crotchet with a little dot afterwards, just to explain what that is, it's not a printing error, as one of my students said to me one time. It's actually sticking a dot in front of a note tells you to increase the note's value by a half. So it increases the value of the note by a half. So a normal crotchet or a quarter note is worth 2 quavers. Stick a dot in front of it, it's now worth 3 quavers. So that's why we can play the 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're the dotted crotchets between the bass drum and snare drum, and then over the top we're joining the quavers in groups of 3. All right, so that's the theory out of the way. That's our basic 12/8 pattern. Let's do it one more time. Okay, so that was our basic pattern, basic 12/8 pattern. Let's now move on and look at some of the other ingredients. You will notice that I referred to this as blues soup. Might be a strange analogy, but if you're making soup, you can make it really thick. I actually like thick sort of vegetable soup. Or you could make it quite thin. There's other types of soup that are nicer whenever they're quite thin. So it's like in blues, we could get away with just playing the basic pattern as we did before. But to make it interesting, depend upon the way the song is going, depending upon what's happening, if there's a guitar solo or if there's something else going on in the song, maybe be lucky enough to have a keyboard player or whatever, then you're going to think about what else can be added into this to really enhance it, to make it a tasty 12/8 feel, okay? So part 2, you'll see that instead of just having the 3 quavers on the right cymbal, we're going to cut the middle one in half, and we're going to get this sort of pattern here. Okay? So 2 semiquavers right in the middle. Whether you would actually play it like this, or probably more likely, a bit more like this. Where you're just playing it occasionally. Again, just to add to the texture of the rhythm. But anyway, the way I've written it out is we're playing it on every beat, so you can practice it like that. So instead of just playing the quaver, the second quaver, we're going to cut that in half, turn it into 2 semiquavers. All right, so that's our second ingredient, as it were, in our blues soup. Okay, so we're on our third part of our blues soup pattern. And as you can see, what we've got is we've got some triplet partials right in the middle. So in the second one, we were playing, let's say, straight semiquavers. Here, we're actually going to swing those. So that was why I was saying right at the start, this might be more appropriate at this stage for, say, the grade 3 players to be looking at. Okay? Because you may not at this stage, if you're just grade 2, understand the triplet partials. However, you should understand triplets, certainly 8th note triplets, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. So if you just think about leaving out every middle note, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, and then make that, cut the note values in half, and it's got the same feel as that because these are tripleted semiquavers and they're little triplet partials. Okay? So the feel of it is actually this. And I mix those up a little bit with just the straight pattern of 3 quavers. Okay? Certainly whenever you're listening to John Bonham playing, like Dazed and Confused, classic track, Zeppelin track, this is the pattern that he plays. So it sounds a little bit like this. So it's a little bit different too. That one, okay, because those were like straight semiquavers. Now we're swinging them. Just like that. Okay, so you can actually work on that, develop that, and see where that takes you. And again, that's one of our key elements in our blues soup. Okay, so we're on our fourth ingredient to playing a 12/8 blues. One of the key ingredients in our blues soup. This one sounds a little bit like a bounce triplet, what I call a bounce triplet. Sometimes they're not marked as that in some of the rock school books that we use here in the studio. But what it is really a right, left, left, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, left, left type pattern. And then I think it's moved around the drums. For us playing this, we're going to play those really a lot tighter together. And we're going to use that pattern to help us play this 12/8 blues and as another ingredient to what we're playing. So, if we play a regular pattern and then it's like the first note of our bounce triplet is on the ride cymbal, and then the other two are on the snare drum. And keep them nice and short, just so that they fit into the flow of your playing. Okay. Again, some students at this stage find that a wee bit tricky, but if you slow it down and you practice it and you think about it like that, like a bounce triplet, right, left, left, right, left, left, and then you can increase the speed, as it were, and keep them quiet. I'm maybe playing them just a little bit too loud on that, just to demonstrate. But that's the way to think about it. That's the way to play it. Hope you're beginning to see that what we're doing is we've got all these ingredients. We may play some of them a lot. We may play some of them just occasionally. But that's what we do whenever we've got these ingredients. We have them at our disposal, and we can play them as much or as little as the song or the music or the track dictates. And whenever we listen to the great players and we listen to the way that the drummers interpreted the way that the song needed to be played, then we can see how this all works. Okay, that's number 4. Let's look at our final ingredient in our 12/8 blues soup. Okay, so we're at the 5th ingredient of our 5 ingredients to play a 12/8 blues soup. And this one is like a little drag or a crush on the snare drum going down into the bass drum. The way I like to describe it is that we're dragging the snare drum down into the bass drum, because that's where it fits and that's where it's most effective. Maybe at the end of a bar, certainly can be used in the middle of a bar, but it's nice sometimes at the end of a bar to move us into that fresh bar. So let's play a bit of that. Okay, drum school drummer friends, hope you enjoyed working through those 5 key ingredients to playing the 12/8 blues. I'm going to play a little bit at the end, and we're going to work through them. Now, the thing is, sometimes students will say to me, well, when do I play one and when do I play the other? And as I've just already said, one of the key ways, one of the best ways to learn how to play this is to get opportunities to play blues, and then you begin to learn yourself which songs are going to lend themselves to using which ingredient. So, and sometimes all of them, sometimes not so many of them. Sometimes we're going to use one of them quite regularly, and other times we may only use 1 or 2 of the ingredients. But as I said right at the start, these are kind of like 5 key ingredients that we can use, and we can mix and match as the song dictates. Sometimes I find that if a song is going a little bit faster, most of the time 12/8 blues is slow. But if it's going a little bit faster, that kind of pattern there fits, whereas if it's going a bit slower, if you're playing Dazed and Confused by Led Zeppelin or something at that kind of tempo, fits a bit better for whatever reason. It probably rhythmically just helps the song just to sit a little bit better. So, anyway, I'm going to play a little bit. We're going to mix them up. We're not going to do it too fast. And hopefully we can see how we can use each one of these and play our 12/8 blues. Hopefully you enjoyed that lesson. I look forward to seeing you on the next lesson. And for now, take care. If you're watching this on YouTube, please remember to give me a thumbs up. I'd be really grateful. Really encourages me. And also, if you're watching this on Buy Me a Coffee, tell your friends, your drummer friends, that there's a channel here direct from Belfast, Northern Ireland. And we're offering drum tuition via videos to drummers anywhere. Okay? So, take care. Bye for now. Bye.